Hello YouTube, we're going to make a pry bar out of this. And you could use it for a chisel, I guess. I found this on the road, so I know somebody's already yelling, "You're going to do that to that nice wrench?" I found it on the road. This is just some of the ideas how to cut it off. I know I want to cut it off right here, but I want to make, hold on, and stop for the whistle. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm ready to go back to work. Lunch is over. I haven't really committed myself how I'm going to go, but I want to pound from this end. I don't want to add nothing. I want to use, you see how thick that is? So I'm going to cut at least it off right here. Then we're deciding whether to have it this wide or try to go out here. We go under the way this wrench is curved, we're going to have to kind of shape it and make it look right. We may take this step off like that. So we'll be back when we're done shaping this end. This ain't no biggie on this. We'll have whatever angle. I want two angles though. I don't want like my other one. I want it to be like a chisel. Both sides. There. That's what I'm trying to spit out. You can do this. It's the weekend. It's Saturday, so I'm too lax. I got it made. It snowed last night about 2 inches. I'm in here where it's warm wearing a t-shirt, so we're going to put our coat on, go outside, use the big grater, and chop this apart. So stay tuned. Okay, we took various Dremel bits and stuff and stones because we had to make this kind of more rounded on one side. 'Cause the way the wrench was angled, where they made it, if you looked at the wrench before. And then we covered up our marks with the diamond bit. Kind of an odd shape to kind of match the way the wrench is. We're not going to really polish this to a high shine, but we're thinking about wrapping paracord around and making a handle on it. See if we can show you how. That's big enough to hit with a hammer if you had to, I would say. So much wider than the wrench. Okay, off to shaping this end and getting rid. We will save this part. We couldn't save the opening, but we will save all of this. You could always make a wrench. You know, if you was in a bind and needed a wrench, you could always take this piece from and cut it and weld it to something. So it's not going to waste. So we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back after we chop that off and put the angle on it. Okay, we're going to go 1 inch back. And this is 8 millimeters wide. I don't know if you can see the line. So it's 4 millimeters to the center. So we're going to do the same thing we did on our screwdriver. We'll grind back to the 1 inch line and make sure both sides meet right in the middle out here. We did scrape the end, but it's kind of hard to see. Here you go. And I cut this right before it started turning. Piece worth saving. It will be maybe made into an emergency wrench someday. If I need an inch to the 16th, I'll weld something to it. Okay, we're going to go outside again because it's nice. It's up to about not quite 40. The snow's trying to melt, so I just dress warm, go outside and do my grinding. Okay, this is done just with the 4.5 inch grinder, and I have a stone that will grind hard welds. I found them at a pawn shop years ago. I don't know what I did there. Something went wild with the grinder there. Can you still see my marks? Down the center and 1 inch back. I mean, this is all approximate coming back. We'll fine tune that. I think we're going to try our 36 grit sanding disc, which is real flat, and try to level this out because notice there's not an edge yet. We're not making an edge yet. We're not sharpening this thing yet until it's ready. We're probably going to have to retemper this. And what we'll do is we'll use the wood stove to do it. Because we can go through the hole of the stove into the coals. Because I just kept grinding. I didn't care how hot it got. It turned blue many times. So if it's too soft, I go to use it. Say I want to chisel on something, I'll just retemper, harden. We'll worry about that another day. You kind of want this to bend a little bit if you was working instead of snapping it off. So you got to think about that. You don't want this stuff real hard and brittle. So don't don't do it the wrong way. I'd rather have softened the metal, because it's not going to be really used for a chisel. It'll be used for wedging stuff apart. I mean, I wouldn't hesitate to chisel a bolt. That's all I had. I'd try. Anyway, back to work. Next thing will be the 36 grit sanding disc. You've probably all seen that. It looks just like a flat sanding pad, not a flapper disc. Okay, it might blow up because we decided to file this. We went back to 1 1/8 because we made some mistakes. You notice I'm not doing that with this edge. This edge will probably never really be sharp. It's just a pry bar. We're just trying to get this even. So when you look at it, it's even on both sides, the angle. So this is our $3 file. This did soften her. This file would not be doing this. So beware all the grinding I did. I did not cool it off. There's no way I could. I mean, it was cold out. There's no way I could keep stopping. I had to do a lot of grinding to get this metal off here. But we're just going up here and, going across both different ways. We kind of got a hump in there. We tried to belt sand it. Like I said, that makes that hump like that. It never does work right for me. I think you know what I mean. We'll keep working on it. Remember, the file is your friend. Do it by hand. Power tools will tear up stuff. I've already messed it up with a power tool. Enough lecturing. Do what you want to do. Okay, we are done. We took it to our abrasive wheels. Got rid of some of the file marks. It took a lot of filing. This is not knife sharp. It's about a 1/16 of an inch. It's a little bit thicker in the middle. It is hard to do this stuff because, see how this is shaped? It's optical illusion, but the wrench is wider than it is right here, so that shows up. But I get in prying places. If I had to sharpen, I might be tempted to. And this blended pretty well where I did all that graining and stuff. It's a tool. It doesn't have to be perfect. And it's not a high polish on it. It's whatever my abrasive wheels I use. I didn't use a real big one, but I had cleaned this wrench before and made a video. I'd found it on the street. It had quite a few rust pits here and there, but I probably found this a year or so ago. But there you go. I'll take close-up pictures of the ends because it just does not want to fit into the viewfinder here. So thanks for watching.